Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there in every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Ooh, the juke. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Vikings first down.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. 3rd and 4. Looking to throw McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The Vikings first down. First and 10.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. That's to the sideline and incomplete. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that one too wide and incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing Jones. And this one's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And that is the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is McCarthy. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On play action. Now McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. To the air with McCarthy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to pick it up himself. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Gain of 16 yards. And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. They'll run again with Mason. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Running left, Mason. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. He juked him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Here we go now on 1st and goal. On the give, it's Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Completes this to Addison out left. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Trey Tucker, 53 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburn.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's good for a 1st down. A gain of 14. Result is a 1st down.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off play action, Jones. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 27. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Matthews. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete. These offensive starters. There in the second quarter, you would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
2nd and 13. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. On now the former Vol, Michael Palardy. Able to avoid him. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now out comes Minnesota. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. 3rd down and 10. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Michael Palardy now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. 35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Running from the gun with Matthews. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. That is caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They stay on the ground with Matthews again. About 3 yards there to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
He's got a man complete. And it's caught. Touchdown. Trey Tucker ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. That time a 6-play drive. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On play action, McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Michael Palardy now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. On the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Gain of 6. Complete to Trey Tucker. It's a gain of 6. Results in a 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And fights through one man. Still going. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Another 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. Result is a 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones dropped at the 35. So able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Joey Sly in for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Aaron Jones. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That pass taken in by Addison. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And the Vikings.
McCarthy going to throw again. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And that will be incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Jones, a final shot before break. A quick throw there is incomplete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter.
At their own 33-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They start the drive with Matthews. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Jones. Completes this one to Thornton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. A solid stiff arm. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's a gain of 20.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They run middle with Matthews. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And that had trouble written on it from the start.
Yeah, I'd say, partner, sometimes you just got to know when to surrender and mitigate the loss. Instead, he kept going backwards, and now it's 3rd and long. Good luck with this play call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one behind his man, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
McCarthy off the play fake. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now he's going to step up and run.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
19 more yards. That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 23.
Mason going to get it on first down.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Looking to throw McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Now McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And the Vikings first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
And McCarthy going to sneak it.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Able to slither by.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Gets by him at the 25. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
This a 2nd and 8.
Throwing Jones. fighting to stay upright. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
That's good for a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Jones breaking from the contact. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Out of the pistol, it's Matthews. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play. Result is a first down.
Matthews up the middle. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 49 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Matthews again, the workhorse tonight. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Inside handoff, Matthews. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And out now come the Vikings. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here's 2nd and 3. Duggan. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Duggan will look to throw this. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Duggan looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Works it across the 25 before being tackled. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down. And he'll decide to keep this once more. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And you talk about miscommunication. It's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Now Bailey from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Duggan now to throw. It's complete to Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion left. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Bailey. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Bailey. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
1st and goal.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Oh, look at the juke. He's still barreling through. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Mazi Smith, he fought through to record the sack.
Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
To throw is Duggan.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Here's Bailey. Off play action. And it's caught. Touchdown. Adnan Mitchell. A 14-yard touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown.
A nice little juke.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And some room to work. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. After the run by Jones, here's first and 10.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
11 yards there, just like last play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's Duggan to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Dugan. Under pressure, and he will go down. and sacked back at the 38. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Well, this is caught by Williams. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 23-yard line.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.
Act your age, ain't just the barbers where you catch a fade. Face covered, cutting through your garden like a masquerade. Before I catch a L up, catch a plane. I probably you before I your chain. Switch it up, it's rap, pixie dust. Money ain't to us. Broski went and you better